The more we cover this, the crazier it gets, folks. Fact is, whether you're driving for Uber or Lyft, there is never a such thing as a dull day. Anything can happen at any given time, and this story right here kind of qualifies. It is indeed your boy Tim with another ride-sharing video. Crazy stuff. Comes from an article titled, "Woman Allegedly Orders Uber, Carjacked Driver After Ride." Now, getting carjacked as a rideshare driver, sad to say, is actually not that uncommon. We cover stories all the time. I think we covered the fact that in Baltimore, they had like 39 carjackings for rideshare drivers in the span of 2 months. One market, 39 drivers in a span of 2 months. That's got to be damn near like every other day or more. So it happens. There's getting carjacked as a rideshare driver, unfortunately, is becoming more and more part of your damn duties. But this story takes the cake. Here's how some of the details turned out. This is in Memphis, Tennessee. Police say a woman called an Uber just to ride around and listen to music, then carjacked the driver. Faith Ann Mitten, 27 years of age, is charged with carjacking. Her bond is set at $75,000. She called an Uber just to ride around and listen to music. So how the hell does that happen? Do you put in a destination and the driver gets you in the vehicle and you just keep changing it or whatever the case may be? As a driver, this type of passenger should stand out like a red flag. You should certainly be trying to avoid people like this. It does not sound like, according to the article, that she jumped in the car aiming a gun or any kind of weapon at the driver. It sounds like the driver kind of played into this shit and ended up losing his vehicle as a result. But how do you end up with a passenger that does not want to go anywhere, just simply wants to drive around and listen to music? As a driver, why would you put up with that shit? Here's the story on how this one took place. Once inside, Mittens allegedly told the driver she did not have a destination. She just wanted to ride around and listen to music. Oh my God. The driver complied and drove the customer around for an extended period of time before taking her back to the hotel. This isn't the taxi market, folks. Back in the taxi cab days where you're getting paid a decent earnings per mile, per minute, yeah, I drive your ass around all day in circles as a taxi driver. I used to drive a little bit of taxis before Uber and Lyft came along. The pay as a taxi driver is significantly higher. Certainly was back then. When I was driving a taxi, I think we were getting like $3.60 per mile, $3.60 per mile. My market with Uber and Lyft is now like 70-something cents. So you're talking about 5 times more pay. So yeah, damn right, I'll drive you around all damn day at $3.60 per mile. You can listen to whatever the hell you want to, even if it's music that scream metal. I don't want nothing to do with that shit. But at $3.60 per mile, let the bodies hit the floor. You can say that over and over again. So, but in this case though, why the driver complied with a passenger that stated ahead of time, I just want to ride around and listen to music. Fact is, as an Uber or Lyft driver, generally, the longer the trip, the less you make. So I don't see why any rideshare driver would get themselves involved in doing something like this, because most of our passengers do not tip. 20 to 40% of them do. Why waste all this damn time on one person? Also, keep in mind, we did a video the other day about the fact that Uber is sending out trips with no destination. That's likely how this kind of shit happens, because the driver shows up, no destination of where the passenger is going, and then they get in the car and find out, yes, because I don't have no fucking destination. But I would not have taken her on this trip. Let me know in the comments. Have you ever had a passenger get in your vehicle that stated, I am wanting to engage on a trip to nowhere? Did you take them? How would you respond if a passenger got in your vehicle and told you, I just want to ride around and listen to music? I'm not a fan of it. I'm just going to say I'm not a fan of it. I probably would let the passenger know I might be to do 10 minutes of this shit, but this ain't the way. This ain't the way to glory. I can't do this. But let me know how you would respond to something crazy like this. Nevertheless, to conclude the story, according to reports, Mitten forced the victim out of the 2017 Ford Focus and fled the scene. So once he got her back to her destination, after driving her around, letting her listen to music, apparently that's what she forced him out. Now, they didn't state what type of weapon or if a weapon was used, but a female forcing out a driver, gotta assume that she pulled a weapon out of him. $75,000 bond for this Mittens woman. Crazy story, should not have happened. The driver should have been far more aware of this. Kind of sounds like a mental health case, if you ask me, because the last thing a assailant that's going to carjack somebody wants to do is hang around the scene, so to speak. So the idea that she would spend that much time with this driver, certainly requesting the trip. You're going to request a trip so that you can carjack the driver, obviously creating a data trail. No surprise how they caught her ass so damn quick. But avoid trips like this if you can. Let me know in the comments, have you ever had somebody show up to pick somebody up and they wanted to ride around and just listen to music all day? Wow. Let your boy know in the comments. As always, feel free to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.